We're going to see how fundamental analysis affects the market. I think all this while we've been looking at technical analysis and we've not talked about fundamental analysis. Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today we're going to be analyzing EU, and today is Friday, the first Friday of the month, which is when we have one of the most impactful news events that affects the Forex market. So today the high impact news is called NFP, Non-Farm Payroll. So it's a monthly employment report that is being produced every first Friday of every month. And it has a very significant impact on the value of the US dollar, I think also the bond markets and the stock. So every time there's an NFP news, like traders are always on their feet, right? So you don't want to be caught in the market at this time if you're not ready. So we're going to analyze EU and would predict the behavior of EU today, and we'll do a review after the NFP, during the NFP news. If we can go live, fine and good. If not, we'll just do a review video. All right, so let's get into our technical analysis and see how the fundamentals is going to affect the market. So we're going to start by drawing our trend lines on the higher time frame as usual using our ray tool. Good. So we see that the trend of the market is generally up. Nice. So I think this line is going to be here because this is the highest high and highest low. All right. We move down to the weekly time frame. Let's see what we have here. This is a beautiful trend line here. So I think this one has already been broken, but I'll just like to put it there because it shows the broken trend line. Then I'll still draw another one with respect to our most recent high here. So you already noticed that this was a trend line, a downward trend line that has been broken, meaning that the market is buying. The market is in a buying momentum now. So let's see from below here, we have this trend line to this point. That's on the weekly time frame. Moving down to the daily time frame, let's see what we have. I don't think there are any trend lines we can draw from up, but we can draw another trend line from down. So we have from this point to this point. Beautiful. And you see this is like a third touch on this line because you have a touch here. So let's see. This is on the daily time frame. And then on the 4-hour time frame, let's adjust this and see what else. So remember, we're in an upward trend, and there was a trend line that a major high time frame trend line that was broken. So we're looking for buy opportunities. But the thing with fundamentals is fundamentals always goes to grab liquidity before actually moving the direction of the market. So we don't know if it's going to go down before it actually starts going up, or it's going to just go up. So yes, so let's see on the 4-hour time frame, this is what we have. We're having like a beautiful signal here. This was a major rejection on the 4-hour time frame, this dodgy candle, and then it comes back to retest to show a buy. But yeah, let's still draw our trend line here. So this is our trend line on the 4-hour time frame. So let's see if we have any support and resistance. Okay, we can go down to the 1-hour time frame first. So on the 1-hour time frame, we have a couple of points we can still draw. So we'll use now our trend line tool. We have this point, and then from up we have this point. Here to this point. Good. All right, I would go down to the 15-minute time frame where we'll be looking for our entries, and I can turn on our Asian high and low. All right, so from this you'd see that we're actually coming down. We've retested this trend line here and we're coming down, so probably it wants to come and react on this trend line before moving up. So we're going to be observing. We're not going to be taking a sell because we know that we're in an upward trend. So if you're taking a sell, it's going to be a very risky sell. So we're waiting for it to come, and this is a fair value gap here, and there's another block here. So we're waiting for the market to come and react down on any of these trend lines, and then we enter a buy. So if before the NFP time comes, if the market has reacted here, then we'll definitely be expecting a buy. All right, so that's the analysis we have from EU. So let me just draw what my setup would look like here. Be expecting a buy right up to this point. Yes, and remember, to confirm your buy, you can actually wait for this trend line here to be broken and retested. But if you want to take an early buy, you can enter from here. So this is like a 1:5, which is very good, but maybe we can increase our stop loss because there's some liquidity here. Great. So 1:3.5 is a good risk to reward ratio. Nice. All right, so I think our analysis on UJ yesterday too went on exactly as we analyzed. So if you can check out the analysis from yesterday, this was the line we drew, and we had broken this trend line. We're around this point when we're doing the analysis, so we're expecting the market to come and retest on this support zone. It did not reach here, but if you entered here, fine. If not, if you miss the entry like I did, that's no problem. There will always be many more entries in the market. So it moved, it retested, moved up beautifully right up to this trend line and here. So we'll be expecting it to maybe come right back down to react here before continue its movement upwards. But I think the NFP is going to tell us what the market direction would be like in the next coming weeks. So thanks for joining. Have a wonderful day. See you during the NFP news. Bye.